students unenrolling themselves from Google Classroom early. Why is it a problem, and what can you do about it? So, common problem, end of the semester comes, or end of the year, and the last date for students to turn in work comes and goes, and then students go in, some students will go in and be like, yeah, Mr. A, I'm out of your class, I'm done, peace out, I'm going to unenroll, yeah, peace, and then they're gone. So that's great for Mr. Tom Brady here, who now has cleaned up his classes a little bit. But let's go see what this looks like on the teacher end of things. So here's an assignment that I haven't finished grading yet. As you can see, Mr. Tom Brady here does not have a grade. Closing date for the students to turn in work has passed, but my grades have not yet been turned in. I still have a few days to finish up all these items. So what happens if I hit refresh now that Tom has unenrolled himself from my class? As you can see, he is gone. So how the heck am I going to grade this kid's assignments? All right, so first thing I'll mention is that prevention works the best here. So really what you want to do is you want to tell your students, don't leave the class until you get your report card. Okay, any students that follow that guideline, you're going to be fine. You're not going to have this issue. Okay, post it in the stream, email them, send them messages on Remind, whatever you need to do. The more places you can remind them, obviously, the better. All right. There's also another little thing. It's kind of like a little hack you can do up here in your classes section. Which is to archive the class. When the class is archived, the students cannot actually leave it. They're sort of locked in. So you could do that, and this might seem like a huge deal, archiving your class, but it's actually super easy to undo. So I can archive this thing. Okay, it might sound a little scary here. Don't stress. Okay, now to get to my archived classes, I just go down to the bottom here, archived classes, and here's my test class. If I click on it, I'll get this note, says it's archived. You can't really do anything in here now, so I couldn't say, for example, give Tom that grade. He hasn't joined back in yet, but you couldn't give him a grade at this point. But all you have to do is click the restore button, and now it's back in your main classes. And now you can grade stuff. So, maybe at the end of the day when you're about to go home, you could archive your classes so the students can't leave in the evening. And then, the next day when you're ready to go and grade for that specific class, you can unarchive it just for the time that you're working on your grading. Okay, so just kind of switching it back and forth. It's actually pretty easy, and it sort of shrinks the window of opportunity for the students to leave early. All right, so a couple of tips there. Now, it still could happen, okay? Some kids might not heed your advice, and maybe they happen to catch it during that window when they can unenroll. So what do you do then? All right, a kid is gone. Your grades are due tomorrow. You still have to finish up this one thing. What are you going to do? Okay, so go into the assignment that you're trying to grade, and right here you'll see there's a little folder icon. If you click that icon, it will open up a folder that has been automatically created for you in Google Drive. All right, every assignment gets this folder, and now if you look, you can see, oh, here's Tom. Let me just open this up. I'm not sure why I have two in here, but the one that has me as the owner is the one that he did. Okay. Sweet. Okay, there it is. So I have his assignment. All right. Now, this is certainly not ideal because normally when you're in grading view in Google Classroom, you have the ability to plug in comments. If you're using a rubric, you can click on those rubric things. You can enter just a numerical grade, all of those things. You can't do any of that in this. So you're going to have to figure something else out and enter it directly into your grade book, or I don't know how you want to do it. You could enter a comment, the sort of like the regular comment way, like this. So you'll have to kind of work around the limitations, but at least you can see the work that the kid has turned in. All right. Another thing you can do is you can invite them back to the class. Maybe they'll take it, maybe they won't. Okay, so if you go back to people and you click the invite students, if I say, Tom, please come back, there he is, invite, just like you did at the beginning of the course. All right. Now, Tom, if he comes back and he opens up his classes page again, here we go. Oh, Mr. Anderson has invited me to join test class again. That's weird. Okay, I guess I'll join it. Sure, why not? All right. And now let me flip back to teacher view here. And let me go into this assignment. Look, Tom is back. Now I can give him a grade. Excellent. All right. So, and that you may need some additional prompting. You might need to send some emails, some messages, however it is that you contact your students. You may want to say, hey, please re-enroll in the class so I can finish grading your stuff. Okay, because they may not be checking that class page frequently or at all. All right. So that's pretty much it. Just a couple of ways you can work around this, but really prevention is the best way. So just try to kind of really drive that point home to your kids in as many ways as you can. Don't leave the class until you get your report card, and that's your best bet.